internet holds up for this.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of Beeks Corner. It's your boy Beeks, and I'm back in the building. You know the routine, we're out here, we're rolling, and we are moving. Guys, I ain't done Beeks Corner for a while. I think I ain't done it for like 2 weeks, something like that. And last week I had Bob, and like Bits and Bobs, he took over the show, and he did his thing, man. Shout out to Bits and Bobs. I appreciate you for doing what you had to do and cover for me. Big up him. He was already in the comments. Yeah, listen. Today we got a special guest. We have got the amazing Lambs from the Football Terrace, a big Chelsea fan. I've decided to bring on Lambs. How are you today? How are you feeling?
I'm good, Beeks. Thank you so much for having me on, man. I am blessed and honored to be here. I'm feeling good. Very, very good.
Look, I am happy you're feeling good. I'm sure you're over the moon, especially with your team, your club, and whatnot. Yeah, it's huge. Shout out to you. We're gonna obviously dive into that in a bit. We got people in the comments already, man. Like Prime, big up Prime. You doing what you had to do. Listen, I'm gonna talk about something before we even go into the nitty gritty. Obviously something
Yes.
happened. Um, let's say last night or whatnot.
Mhm.
And obviously our boy Prime was on a stream, and unfortunately he was racially abused from one of the people on the panel. The thing is with this thing, right? It's a bit annoying because we're here all trying to like tackle racism and whatnot. We
Mhm.
see, like you said, obviously when we were off before we even went live. We've seen footballers get racially abused. I mean, United lost, and the play against Sheffield United, and
Mhm.
people like players like Tuanzebe getting racially abused. You can see all that. We're trying to stop all this nonsense, and then we as fans do a bit of streaming, and we're still getting racially abused for no reason. You see, what I
It
will
also
say, yeah,
happened to Reece James as well.
exactly. The Reece James one was appalling. Reece James
Gus
one, he got racially abused. Martial got racially abused. Look,
Martial. Yeah.
it's
And this is just
ridiculous.
this week only. This is just this
This
week
is just
only.
this week. This is just this week. So we're seeing that, and then on top of that, we're seeing fellow. I'm not even gonna say fellow, cause man, not really roll with them, man. I don't even know them, man, like that. Too tough, innit? Do you understand? So Prime, him getting racially abused, obviously is quite alarming and shocking to us, innit? Do you understand what I'm saying? So when I'm seeing that, I'm thinking, raw, like, people obviously tweeting and whatnot. I haven't tweeted about it. I just thought, let me come on here and address it. You see, you man that are just staying there, showing teeth and that, and not even saying anything. You're all part of the problem as well, bro. Do you get me? Because you're allowing the person on your show to say what he's got to say. You didn't even kick him out. He kicked himself out. He kicked himself out. He didn't. He called Prime what he called Prime. I'm not even going to repeat the thing what he said. It was
Yeah.
quite
No.
annoying. Do you understand?
Yeah.
He called Prime what he wanted to call Prime, and then on top of that he called him a maid. So I don't understand what kind of rubbish that is. Yeah, do you understand? It's like I'm all I'm
Absolute
gonna say. All I'm gonna
behavior.
say, I'm not tolerating all of that nonsense. I'm not tolerating all of that rubbish. This is what I mean when I say check your people before you come. Before you bring anyone on your show on your platform, because things like that can happen, and it just allows it to go left, and that's what happened. Do you understand, Lambs? What do you have to say about the situation? Because quite annoying, man.
Um, yeah, it's really quite frustrating, especially like you said, given everything that has gone on with racism in terms of like football and racism directed at certain black football players. Just this week alone has just been absolutely shocking and disgusting. And and again, this is kind of why I do this show with Bits and Bobs. Like we do this show on his channel, and as well as discussing the football, which is, we're both here because we love football, we're passionate about the sport, and this is essentially what's brought us all together in this little community where we kind of all get to know each other. We kind of go on each other's channels, do all these collaborations. We're supporting one another and helping each other grow, as we should do. So it's just really frustrating to see when we're really trying to tackle this issue and unite against racism, because it's clearly an issue. And not even just going on in football. There was obviously that video that came out by that guy, Jake Henderson, where
Yeah,
he was just there on a Snapchat just talking the absolute most utter crap, and again, stuff that's just not worth repeating. It's available out there if you want to go and see the full extent to
search it
uh,
yourself. Search it yourself.
exactly what he said. I'm sure you'll find it. It's just been trending for a while. It's stuff like that. When you think about the kind of stuff he's saying, it's that mentality that needs to be erased. And this is why we constantly need to call this stuff out. We constantly need to shout about it all the time, because clearly, and me and Bob's touched on it as well, the consequences are not harsh enough, so people
Yeah,
don't feel like they need to limit themselves. If
right.
they feel like they are superior, if they feel that type of superiority complex, and they feel that they're better than somebody based on their race or their gender or both, and they feel the active need to call it out, it's because they know that the system is in favor of them. They're not going to be punished for
Yeah.
their work, for their actions.
Mm.
There's they're not going to get fined, they're not going to get criminal record, they're not going to do time for it. When essentially stuff like that, it could actually be classified as like a hate crime, because you are putting someone down, you are hating on them, you are for absolutely no reason based on their gender or their race, and it's not right. And again, it's all about educating people, and stuff like this needs to change. There needs to be harsher consequences. And most of the times you find that these social media platforms, they're not doing enough. Like, they're not
No.
really tackling these issues, because when you're reporting these accounts and you're sending them evidence, and you're getting oh,
Very good. Lambs, Lambs, you still there? Or she cut off? I think I've frozen on her end, but yeah, I know what she's saying. She's probably gonna jump in a bit, but yeah, no, I hear what she's saying. In terms of like the social media accounts don't do enough. They don't do enough. They're just out here. They just you send them their reports. They just look at it and then they just palm it away. Like, oh, yeah, we'll deal with it. They don't really deal with it. They just out here talking the most, just trying to say, yeah, we've done our bit. Bro. At the end of the day, you man, look, just be we just got to keep fighting the cause. Look, it looks like Lambs is joining in again. Let's remove it from here. We'll add on this one. You back
yeah,
with us,
so
Lambs?
yeah,
All right, we'll
my
remove it from this one.
internet connection is not great, but I'm still with here. I'm still with you. I'm
Okay,
still
no
here.
worries, no worries, no worries.
Kind of like finish off what I was saying, because
Yeah,
before
yeah, no, it's true. It's true. I was just saying that obviously you were talking about the social media platforms. They don't really do too much. They're out
when
here. They
you
just
report when you report their accounts with the evidence and stuff like that,
mm,
their account's still active, because they'll basically kind of like sum up and just basically think, oh no,
mm,
there's not enough evidence and stuff, and it's just like, what?
yeah,
How much, what else do you need? And it's just kind of like, okay, they need to take some accountability, because they're not doing it as well.
yeah.
And I think there was also something when the Black Lives Matter movement was kind of going on as well, like earlier in 2020, where I think it was TikTok, I'm not really too sure, where I think there was certain like words associated with the movement that
Mm,
was
mm,
kind of
mm,
like
mm.
banned, and like if you kind of like posted a video with something in it, it would get taken down or flagged or something
Yeah,
immediately. So again, stuff like that, not doing enough to speak out against stuff like this. So
yeah. These people don't do enough. They don't do enough at all, Lambs. And this is why people like you and I and other people uh keep fighting this cause. You understand? We're trying to put a stamp to this, and we're trying to rubber it out. We're trying to make sure that things like this don't happen again. And what I'll say to Prime, big up Prime. I know you're in it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just be mindful when you're going on these people's streams, because at the end of the day, yeah, these men think they can violate. Do you understand what I'm saying? Not, bro. Just know, man, them are not coming on my show thinking that you can get away with things like that, bro. Because one thing I'll say is that when you're online and you're on the internet, people get comfortable, they get carried away. You know them ones there. They believe that they get these like titanium balls from nowhere, from the sky. I don't know where they get it from. And they think, yeah, I've got cojones now. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. And when you see them in real life, their stomach falls out of their asses. They don't even know what to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? So Prime, big up you. I feel like you handled the situation well. Um, and at the end of the day, you did your thing, innit? Do you understand what I'm saying? And I know we're gonna address it at a later date. Obviously, we do the wrap up show and whatnot. Lambs, I know you're gonna speak with Bobs and you're gonna touch on it. I just feel like we give these men so much attention and energy, but at the same time, we need to address the situation to stop this from happening. This won't happen again on my watch. I'm making sure if I'm on with Prime or anytime, if I
Mhm.
ever come across anything like this, bruv, I swear to God, like that this can't slide. It won't. How you man gonna just stay on the stream and not say anything and then say you didn't hear it? Are you sure 4K and that YouTube, your internet was clear previously, and then at that point you didn't hear that? Don't give me that crowd. Don't give me that. But yeah, man. Shout out to Prime. You did your thing. Look, keep your head high. Don't worry about them type of comments out here. We got people in the comments, man like Talk Man. I think he says he's been talking with bits and bobs about the rise. We need to get together on this. I'm not too sure, but whatever it is, I'm sure you're supporting the cause. I hear you, bro. So Beeks, I'm fighting this, but we need support. Fair enough, bro.
Drop
Um,
me a message on Instagram. I'd like to hear more about this.
yeah, I'd like to hear more about it. So yeah, drop me a message, man. I'm very interested. Man like Simon the Cut, big up you, bro. Man said the man, the myth, the legend. You know, I wish. But Lambs, listen, let's talk about football, man. These races.
Let's indeed.
Let's talk about your club. Let's talk about because right now my club is yeah, yeah. Do you know what? It is what it is. I'll talk about them later. But listen, you're the guest, and it's only right we talk about Chelsea. Let's talk about.
I definitely want to touch upon the Arsenal game yesterday, though. I
Oh,
definitely.
don't worry. We'll touch upon that. We'll touch upon that. Cause them man, we'll touch upon that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about
Oh,
that. We'll touch upon that. All right. But Chelsea, your club obviously have been
okay.
going through a bit of change and whatnot. If for those you don't know, if you've been living under a rock or something, we'll alert you. We'll let you know. Um,
You must
Chelsea,
have been living under a deep rock.
yeah, deep rock. Chelsea Football Club decided to pathways with their legend, should I say, Frank Lampard. This was coming. This was coming. I actually thought they would give him towards till the end of the season, but boy, I was wrong. And Chelsea have now appointed a new manager, a new German manager, who goes by the name of Thomas Tuchel. For those who don't know him, he managed Borussia Dortmund, managed PSG, won titles over there, took PSG to the Champions League final, should I even say? Um, Lambs, how do you feel? First and foremost, before we even touch on Tuchel, how do you feel about Lampard getting the sack and you know obviously
Um, Quite frankly, I'm surprised it took this long. And in a way, I am. In a way, I'm not, because
mm,
I always knew, because of who he was, the player that he was, Chelsea legend, etc., and whatnot. The novelty that some fans, and not all fans, just wouldn't probably be able to separate the player from the manager.
mm,
The legend that is Frank Lampard, the player, as opposed to Frank Lampard, the manager, with the tactics and the plan. And I felt like in the beginning, it worked better than everybody expected, especially because nobody even really gave us a chance to break into that top four. What with the transfer ban, losing Eden Hazard, so it was kind of more of like a PR move, like a way to kind of unite the fans. The appointment of Frank Lampard, and it's just kind of like, okay, well, do you know what? Do your best. You haven't really got much to work with. Like, we know the circumstances. He knew the circumstances as well. But he was given that opportunity. Did he earn that opportunity? Hell no. But he was given that opportunity, right? So,
mhm,
considering that first season, first of all, any other manager who finished with that points tally, those amount of games lost, and even if they managed to finish fourth, any other manager would have been sacked.
100,
Any other manager would have been sacked.
100, especially at Chelsea. Yeah, 100.
Exactly. Because given, yes, we played better. Yes, he upgraded some of the youth players, and it was good to see some of them in that squad and watch them break through and develop. And it was really nice to see players like Reece James, Fikayo Tomori, Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham as well. Um, I just I just felt that obviously we were still missing those key players in those positions, and that's why we were, our defense was like terrible. We were shipping in a lot of goals. Obviously, our goalkeeper was kind of to blame for that as well. But we clearly needed improvement. So it was just kind of like, okay, given the circumstances, he did all right for an inexperienced manager. He got us into the Champions League, given nobody else kind of gave us a chance. But if you think about it, we kind of were lucky in terms of other teams around us were dropping points as well, and that's what helped us as well get into that top four. Like towards the end, Leicester completely bottled it, which kind of helped us get into that top four position.
Of course.
So after that, he was like, I need these players. I need to be backed. He got backed. And you can, because we were one of the only teams to spend that amount of money in a COVID affected season. And we haven't spent like that amount of money and signed that many players in a really long time. I think the last time was like 2014 or something like that. Or literally just madness. But it basically spoke, like it gave us the message, okay, like the board, the chairman, everybody, he's being backed, okay, fine. You didn't have the minerals to take the team to where you wanted, to that competing for titles level, winning trophies. Now you have the minerals. You said you wanted these players. Here are these players. Do your thing. And I watched us almost regress backwards as the season progressed. And yeah, he filled in a few gaps. Yeah, we had a couple of runs where we got that clean sheet and stuff, and we were in top, but obviously knew that top position wouldn't last, especially how early on it was in the season, how all of these other top six teams got off to shaky starts. Liverpool with their injury problems as well. Manchester City starting off not really being able to score goals and stuff, and that affecting them. Teams like Everton, Leicester getting off to flying starts. Teams like Villa, that shock win against Liverpool 7-2. It was just a bit like haywire. So I wasn't really like putting too much stock in the kind of run of games we were going on. And even so, it was just kind of we were winning games, but maybe apart from that Burnley and Southampton performance, none of them were really convincing. I thought we did well in the Champions League, but I expected us to, given the group that we drew as well, and I expected nothing less than for us to top that group. And even then, there was a few performances like that Rennes game where we should have won and we didn't, and it was really boring and annoying.
That was a frustrating game for you guys. I remember that one.
So I was really glad when I was happy for Giroud as well to score 4 goals in like that next game as well. And I think that's what secured us that qualification spot anyway. So but after that, the performances in the league, like I could just see from about the end of November to the start of December, there was this formation just wasn't working. It wasn't clicking. Players were looking unhappy. There was, some commotion in the backroom staff. Like players weren't playing for him. I'm sitting here and I'm hearing like, oh, players like Mason Mount, he's our best player. He's world class. He's elite. He's this and that. I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, we've lost 5 out of the last 7 games, and you're sitting here telling me this guy's elite. Like, are we building a team around Mason Mount? We signed all of the
world class player,
Are you kidding me? Are you actually like joking? So I could see this coming because there was no improvement in the performances.
No.
It was clear nobody wanted to play with him. There was just no energy in the pitch. It was slow, it was lethargic, sideways, backwards passing. Like there were times I was sitting there and like watching the game and I'm just like, oh, I know we're going to lose the next game. I'm not even excited for the next game because I know it's just going to be more of the same old crap time and time again. And 7 out of your 24 points to gain, and you got 7. That is abysmal. And I'm just sitting here and I'm just thinking, oh my God, under Roman Abramovich, statistically speaking, he's the worst manager and he's still here. After the Arsenal game, I was like, he has to go. I'm surprised it lasted this long afterwards, because after that game was it for me. I was just like, he has to go, especially given the run of form that Arsenal were on leading up to that game and the way they just turned us over. I was like, he has to go. He has to go. And really what annoyed me was it was after that point where a lot more Chelsea fans were kind of being vocal in the fact that they just didn't think he had the minerals either.
Mm.
Then you have these other Chelsea fans who were just like so emotional for Lampard and just loving him off. And it's just kind of like, where was your energy with these previous managers who were actually more successful with our club? And the moment they lost the run of games, you were like, get them out of our club, get them out. They hate us, like get them out of our club. And it's just like, and they're calling it disgraceful, calling for the head,
disgraceful.
calling for our chairman to leave. Like, have you absolutely?
Yeah, I see that.
Mind. Like, and it's people like that I'm just, and even when you think about what Harry Redknapp says in the press and like these biased press people and the way they were going at Tuchel and like and literally just attacking him after that Wolves game, and I'm just thinking, are you kidding me? The guy had one training session, 1, 2, 3 hour training session.
And you're attacking it, but we know
that we look so much better than what we did against Leicester.
But Lambs, we know that with the English media, the English press, okay, they do this. Do you understand? Lampard was their golden boy. They looked at him and they thought, this is the man that's going to win Chelsea. He's going to become the first English manager to win the Premier League. He's going to do it, and they backed him. They said what they said, but unfortunately, that didn't happen. Do you understand what I'm saying? And if we're talking about English managers, yeah, hear this now, innit? Yeah, if we look at the table, there's English managers in the league. Don't get it twisted, okay? But if we're talking about English managers, Sheffield United, English manager, yeah, cool, 20th. West Brom, English manager, 19th. Fulham, English manager, 18th. Brighton, English manager, 17th. Burnley, English manager, 16th. Newcastle, English manager, 15th. I've just named managers, English managers, in the league, bottom. That says it all. So when you're now trying to criticize a manager of Tuchel, I'm not saying he's the greatest manager. I think he's a great coach. I think he's a good coach. You understand what he did at PSG, what he was doing.
He's a great. If you put like Lampard and Tuchel, like there's no comparison.
Harry Redknapp. The quotes I was reading from Harry Redknapp, where he was offered a job elsewhere before he even went Derby. It's like, no, we got a job here, and Lampard didn't want to take the job because there wasn't enough funds. That alone should have said like, right, there's a problem here. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's just mad. It's like who you know. It's not about what you know and how good you are. It's about who you know, unfortunately. And that's how Lampard got the job. It's just one of them things. Like, big up Lampard. Yes, he's a Chelsea legend. But if we're talking about making sure he's a good coach and whatnot, like, in all honesty.
Through the paces, like, look at Steven Gerrard.
Gerrard's doing his thing at the moment. Gerrard says, you know what? I'll start somewhere.
He didn't try and go for something that was too big for him at the time. He eased his way into it. He used his credentials in a very smart, intelligent way.
Scottish League. Let me try Scottish League. Scottish League. Okay, there's only 2 teams there. Celtic, Rangers. All right, cool. Let me see what I can do. Let me get some winning mentality in. You understand what I'm saying? Let me see what I can do and how I can coach players. Yes, it's going to be hell. It's going to be so much bigger when he gets a bigger job. Okay, but at least he knows and has that experience to say, look, I've managed here, and most possibly he's going to win the league in the Scottish League. I mean, I'm looking at the points now, and the points are ridiculous.
I mean, look at Brendan Rodgers. Like after he left Liverpool, like he was like in disgrace. You know what I mean? And then he went to Scotland.
And he did his thing. He went to Scotland and he did his thing. Obviously, for me, he's still a bottler. Do you understand what I'm saying? Obviously, man comes
because of what happened last season.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk too much about Brendan, but I think Brendan is at the right club. A lot of people are saying he should go to a bigger club and whatnot. I think he should stay where he is. He's doing a great job. But he's doing a great job at Leicester. You don't need to go anywhere. You're all right there. You're a good coach. You're a good manager. You can do whatever you got to do. You're managing well with Leicester. Let it just be. Let it just be. You don't need to do too much. Do you get me? So Lampard, there's other jobs out there. When Steve Bruce leaves his job, maybe you can go Newcastle. I'm just saying, there's points. But at the end of the day, you guys won your game. You won your game today against Burnley. And look, I'm sure you're happy with the way it played. I mean, once I saw Chilwell, I just want to say that Tuchel can really go and fuck himself because he fucked up my FPL. Okay, when I saw Chilwell not playing and I saw Alonso,
Alonso got the goal, innit?
I know it was a good. You know what? Big up him because that was a really good goal. That was a really good goal. I'm gonna shout out to you know, that was I was like raw. Like, you know what? I'm not gonna lie, but it's just one of them things. Callum Hudson-Odoi, and now obviously he's getting in playing and whatnot. He's doing his thing. It's good to see him on. I think it's a good signing for Chelsea to be able to bring on a coach like Thomas Tuchel. Yeah, obviously there is a bit of like not backlash, but there is a bit of like question marks, obviously, with the whole situation with Demba Ba and whatnot, and all sorts, and all that crowd. But I guess you just got to manage what you have at the moment. Do your thing. I'm not saying you should support him as a human being, but so long as he gets your club trophies, I think you're not really going to care about that at the time. But obviously, it's question marks, red flags. Yeah, cool. Let's see how he handles the players at Chelsea. I'm sure you're happy. A lot of Chelsea fans are happy, but when I'm seeing people call out Abramovich for Abramovich's head, I'm just thinking, yo, are you forgetting something? Are you okay? Is everything at home?
They're drunk, Beeks. There's no explanation. They're drunk.
I don't know how that doesn't really sit well with me. But if that ever happens, then boy, hold tight, you man. It is what it is. I'm not gonna talk too
Like
tough.
Beeks, who were Chelsea before Abramovich came to us?
Hey,
Who
hey,
were we? Who
hey.
were
That's what you got to throw. You know what it is? I've come to the conclusion that people have only started watching football since social media started to come on the rise. That's the way I see it. You understand what I'm saying? I watch football. I've been watching football for years. You understand? And right now it's just a stat game. Everyone looks about stats. Everyone's just like, oh yeah, where were you in so and so rare tear? They don't really go back. They don't roll back the years. So I've just come to to an agreement with myself that people didn't really watch football like that. So hold tight, them man. Chelsea were no one back in the day. Abramovich changed everything. For those who don't know, Abramovich had the choice between Chelsea and Tottenham. I'll give you man some. He had and Liverpool and Chelsea were playing the game, and Chelsea had to win, and they ended up winning, and they somehow got their thing and whatnot, and Abramovich said, you know what, I'm gonna go with Chelsea. I'm gonna go with Chelsea. Had Chelsea not won that game, we would have been sitting here. We would be talking about a whole different thing. Do you get me? Tottenham would have been doing their thing. You understand? It's just
Tottenham,
complete.
like Arsenal would have, like, I don't know, they probably would have been
Yeah,
like
they
right
break down.
in
They
North
break down.
London, would
They
have
break.
been right in North London because of all the trophies Tottenham would have
They
won.
would break down. They would break down. And as far now that we're talking about Arsenal, obviously big up Chelsea and whatnot. Now we're talking about Arsenal. I just want to say to Manchester United, obviously, you guys who know me, I'm a United fan. I just want to say, Man United, you players, yeah, you make me flipping sick. Yeah, you make me sick because you, man, yeah, honestly, yeah, I haven't once said we were going to win the league. I haven't. I've just said let's see how it goes. I've come on Midnight Vibes. Lambs, you've heard me. Let's just see how it goes. Cool. I've gone on certain people's platforms. Let's just see. Let's calm down. No, 21 and 21. We're gonna do it. Yeah. Now look. Look at us. We are now going down. We're going down. Man City are 3 points ahead of us with a game in hand. That burns my soul. It burns me because this Arsenal game, I'm looking at it, yeah, and I'm thinking, all right, cool. Those Saka, no Aubameyang, no Tierney. I'm thinking, all right, cool. I've looked at our lineup. I'm thinking, all right, let's have it.
I thought you were gonna win. After I saw the lineup, I was like, no Aubameyang, no Saka, no Tierney. I was like, calm. I was like, this is United's game.
I said, I'm comfortable. This is our game. This is our ground. This is our turf. That's what I thought. And then when I'm seeing this type of finishing, I'm thinking, wow. And I'm tired of this. Yeah, big up Rashford and whatnot. Big up all of thing you're doing your thing in it with supporting the children and that. But let's talk about football, bro. We'll go work on your finishing, G. Go work on your decision making because it's really annoying me, bro.
Missing yesterday.
It's really annoying me.
That chance when he was literally like, I think there was him and Cavani like on Leno in the box, and there was this 2-touch like I don't know what he did.
I don't know.
Why don't you just take a shot? What's going on?
It was so annoying. Like I thought my brain was gonna blow, bro. I thought, nah, this is dead, man. I can't deal with this. This is long G. I was like, bro, we should be winning this game 1-0, 2-0, done, buried. You know, shout out to Arsenal. Obviously, you man had your chances. I think first 20 minutes
They
you
had
had your
their
spell.
chances too,
Yeah,
yeah.
first 20 minutes they had the spell in the first half. They did their thing. Then in the second half, 20 minutes they did their thing. But United, overall, they said, cool, we're going to go for it. We're going to do what we got to do. Boom, boom, boom. And the annoying thing is that we didn't take our chances, and this is why we dropped points. We lost to Sheffield United midweek. That alone was a mishap. Do you understand what I'm saying? I was supposed to jump on Eyes on the Ball. Big up Eyes on the Ball. Big up Darren. Big up Daniel and them, man.
Yeah,
Do you get me?
Daniel.
I didn't jump on it because my lap. Lucky for Man United, not lucky for me, not lucky for me, lucky for Manchester United. I didn't have my laptop because I had to fix it. Yeah, because if I had my laptop, you would have heard a different side. You would have seen a different side of Beeks. Yeah, everything was just appalling, bruv. Appalling. You see people like big up Bruno, big up Bruno. I respect Bruno. Do you get me? Like Bruno's coming, he did his thing.
He's done a lot for the
He's done a
club.
lot for Man United. But
Change that team mentality.
I want him to grips the game. I want him to, take control of it. I don't see, what do you do, G? If you want to be labeled as world class, I stuck my neck on the line for Bruno. I did everything for Bruno. I said, Bruno, you are the best midfielder right now. I did a lot for you, Bruno. What did you pay me? You didn't do anything for me. Instead of
He
making
did not have a good game yesterday.
he hasn't had a good game against Lambs. We ain't beating anyone in the top 6.
Nor have we.
But this is annoying. Why are we in this? Look, we're not going to win the league. We're not going to win the league, right? If we continue to do this and drop points, it's not going to happen. You understand? This is not going to happen.
These big 6 teams, and that was the thing about United. I was just like, okay, if you can get a result against Liverpool, get a result against Arsenal, okay, cool. We can start taking you seriously as title contenders.
Thank you.
The fact that you failed to win both of those games,
it says a lot.
You had chances in both of those games,
and we didn't take it.
Bed, and you didn't take those chances. Just made me think, okay, I feel like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, okay, this is a good United squad. This is a squad worthy of being title contenders. Not saying they're definitely going to win the league, but they're definitely worthy of being title contenders. But does Ole, and again, the similar question I was basically asking with Frank, is does he have the minerals to now take you guys to that trophy winning level? Because let's face it, his record, 4 semi-finals out in all of them. That's poor.
Lambs, not even, forget our semi-finals. Even when he was at in his native country, was it Molde or whatnot? He was semi-finals there as well. So how am I supposed to take him seriously? Do you get me? I can't. Look, I can't remember who I said it to. I said if he won us the league, I still want him out. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. I said, I'm not really comfortable with you being our club manager. I thank you and I appreciate you. I'll be the first one with the banner. People will look at me as if I'm crazy. That's just how I am. I want a good coach.
Really thought you lot were gonna go for somebody like Pochettino,
We let that slip.
Somebody with a little bit more experience.
That's what I want. I just want someone that's gonna take us there and with experience and say, okay, cool, I've got United. It is what it is. Do you get me? But I don't have that at the moment.
Like a Nagelsmann or something. I don't know. I can see.
That's what I want, but I don't. The reason why they didn't do anything is because he's doing well at the moment. That's what it is. Okay,
I wouldn't leave Leipzig if I were him at the moment.
Boy, but look, at the end of the day, United are in the position where I'm not doing this all Ollie in and Ollie out. I'm not because I'm past that at the moment. You understand? That's boring. That's tiring. Do you understand? United are in a good position.
Do you know what? You are still in a good position. Think about it this way. Everybody else is doing like a madness right now. Like, it's so unpredictable. Everyone's dropping points like left, right, and center. Like, it's going to be a really close one. Like, even now to this, like, we're almost in February now. And yeah, 100%. We're almost in February. There's a shout for at least 4 teams being in the title race right now.
Listen, it's anyone's title.
That's everybody from 1st to 4th place right now.
It's anyone's title. We ain't had a title race like this in years. And it's great to see that, but I just feel like United fans, we've been brought back down to reality, man. We've been brought back down. And this is what I was trying to warn you guys, man. This is Ollie. This is, I'm not blaming Ollie for the Arsenal game. I'm not going to blame him because sometimes I've got to be real with the situation. That's
Cavani
not
should
Ollie's fault. That's everyone on the pitch's fault. Do you understand? The people who are trying to finish their chances, that's you, man's fault. Do you understand? We got a game next. I expect to win. I'm looking at our fixtures. I expect nothing. If we don't win, you're say less. I'm not even going to talk too much.
So
If
who's your
we
next
don't win,
game again?
if I'm not mistaken, our next game is Newcastle. But let me double check that. I think it's Newcastle. You
Fresh
know,
off a win against Everton at Goodison.
look,
That's good for their confidence.
I'm just
But
frustrated.
again, that's a game that, like you said, the United fans are sitting there thinking, if we're title contenders, we need to be picking up 3 points in this game. Especially because if you think about it, we're facing Spurs. That's not going to be an
Yeah.
easy game.
No, that's not gonna be that's not gonna be easy.
Exactly. So
Apologies.
there's chances for both us and Spurs to drop points in that game,
Yeah.
and other teams around, like you lot are looking at that like, oh, we need to capitalize. Like when up before coming into this Burnley game, this early lunchtime kickoff, I'm sitting there thinking everybody's dropped points this week. We need to capitalize. Everybody's dropped points this week and some of the weekend games on Saturday, so we need to capitalize.
Which is what you did.
What we did. So
And fair play to you guys.
Yeah, so like now we're up there, like, okay, we're starting to put pressure on some of these teams. Like some of these teams above us are not really sitting so comfortable in their positions anymore.
No, we're not sitting comfortable. We don't even know what the word comfortable is. Apologies, guys. Yeah, it is Southampton. We have United got Southampton next, and then they got Everton. You're looking at these games and you're thinking, shit. Look, Southampton's not an easy one, man. Them man are playing really good football. They're very, very tough. Got thick skin.
Got a bit unlucky yesterday.
Very, very unlucky. A VAR fucked them over.
Was that offside? Yeah,
that can't be offside. His arm is offside. You're not going to use your arm to score a goal.
But Timo Werner's goal was disallowed because of a similar thing as well.
This is what I'm saying. The offside rule.
His goal against Leicester was disallowed because of a similar thing.
It's just stupid. The offside rule really needs to be. Look, you man need to
move your hand.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If it's my head, cool. I'll be like, all right, you know what? My head is there. But my arm, bro, I need to run, G. I need to run with my arms, bro. Like, what do you want me to do? Do this, tuck it in. Like, what do you want me to do?
To generate momentum. Like.
Exactly. I'm honestly that offside rule thing. Don't even get me started. But look, United, don't fuck up, man. Let's just carry on. Let's just try winning our games. But big up United. They still haven't lost away from home. It's been a year. That is a mad stat. I don't know how he's done it, but fair play to him. Do you understand? Fair play to Ollie. Like I said, I'm a person. I'll give praise where praise is due in it. Do you get me? So at the end of the day,
that's a good stat.
It's a good stat. So fair play to him and fair play to them. And I'm not going to talk too much about Arsenal. Arsenal, you man are doing your thing. Obviously, you man haven't conceded a goal in the Premier League for a while, something like that. Shout out to you, man.
They've been on a good, decent form actually. I think undefeated in the last, I think since us.
Something like that, yeah. Something like that, yeah. A bit. Is it like that?
Yeah, since they beat us, they've gone undefeated. They've won. They've picked up 2 draws and won the rest. Yeah.
See, they've turned it around. So shout out to them. I'm not even gonna talk too much about them. Arsenal, you man are doing your thing. You got 4 points from United this season. That's mad. Next season, we'll chat again. But yeah, cool. Say less. Arsenal, it is what it is.
Or I don't know. You never know. You might come up against each other in the Europa League.
Oh, you didn't know? Oh, I didn't tell you, did I? I'm not watching Europa League.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Oh, come on.
No,
come on.
Look,
that's another semi-final Ollie can get himself knocked out of.
Do you see? And I'll break it down for you why I'm not watching Europa League. I'm not watching Europa League because I didn't sign up for Europa League. That's why. Last season, where did Man United finish? Just answer the question. Where did Man United finish last season? Thank you. And what does that get you?
Champions.
Exactly. I didn't ask for. I didn't ask for that. So bro, if you man want to watch Europa League, cool. If United win the Europa League, and you see me celebrating, then you can slap me up. I'm not going to celebrate at the Europa League, bro. No, that's cool, man. Trophy's a trophy. Yeah, I hear that, but I didn't sign up for Europa League.
The
So
only trophy, so basically, the only trophy you're kind of focused on is the Premier League. That's the
that's
only
what.
one
Look,
worth it.
and that's what it should be. That's what it should be for me, as far as I'm concerned. I,
That's
knock
true,
us,
man.
knock us out from Europa.
Can't be moving like Arsenal, like dropping your
No,
stand.
I'm not trying to get Europa. I'm not trying to get Europa. Yeah, all that. I don't care about that. I care about
And see, do you know what? Do you know what kind of annoyed me? Okay, or do you know what should really annoy United fans?
Mm,
If you know about Ollie as them as the manager, you were in pole position
mm.
from games. You had to get 1 point, 1 point. Or was it 2 games, like the last 2 games or something? What it was, yeah. So after the defeat to that Turkish team, you
Mm.
had you literally had 1 point to get from like 2 games. 1 point. One
It's-
point.
Look, that's on Ollie. That for me, that one's on Ollie.
It's like a manager who's like tactically set, will know, okay, I need to like make I just
I
need
need
to
to grind it out. Just grind it out. Just
team up
grind it
for
out.
a draw, grind out for a draw. That's it, and we're through. That's it.
I'm just gonna let you know. That's everyone knows my thoughts on Ollie, innit? I'm not here to be repeating myself like a parrot and whatnot. You know me. If you know me, you know me, G. Do you get me? As far as I'm concerned, Ollie's now putting this is it. This is how I see it. He's putting himself in this position that United are now second and are now challenging, yeah, for the league. I'm not saying you're gonna win it. You face it, or take it however you want to take it. United are challenging. If you flop hard, yeah, just know, all guns blazing, I'm coming out. You're gonna see me with a Matrix coat and shades. I'm gonna start looking like Wesley Snipes, and I'm coming and I'm going hard. You're gonna see a different side. You're gonna see. I'll come on the stream, but you'll be like, "Who's that?" And I'll come with a different voice. It's not Beeks anymore, bro. I'm tired. I just want my club to win. That's all I want. Win, win, win. I'm tired of being second best. I'm tired of being losers. I'm tired. How can someone go, yeah, Arsenal versus Man United is the what's it called? The social media El Clasico. I said, what the? I said, is this what we've become? I couldn't believe. You know what? Talking about this, it hurts me. But let me talk about something serious. Because I'm done with Man United. Look, before we even talk about your predictions, towards the end of the season and what you think is what your expectations are. I wanted to talk about like diversity with women in football. Now I know, like obviously with you, we've spoken, and sometimes you've told me like you've gotten grief. Some people be sending for you, and I remember I spoke to Kendall about it. Big up Kendall. I brought Kendall on. And it's just like this, yeah. It's like this. Obviously, even Eleanor brought on Eleanor as well. And I just see it like this, yeah. And I think I told you, I said, look, listen, if these men are watching you, then already you've won. Do you get me? You might have every right to even watch football. You know what? There's certain men that come out here and they talk as if they know their football. They ain't got a fucking Scooby, you know. They ain't got a Scooby. They'll try their best to talk the talk, walk the walk. You ask them one question and they start stuttering. You know them ones there. But Lambs, how do you feel it is now? Is it better now in this day and age, how like women are now getting the voice on these platforms to say their mind and speak whatever they want to say? How do you feel about it?
100%. And the reason for it is the same reason for the evolution of like these social media platforms, these YouTube channels, etc. Like people aren't just kind of trapped in the sense where we only have access to news and information and opinions and biased views from your typical media sources, which have basically kind of like controlled the media opinion or the societal opinion for for generations, for a very, very long time. Now people are kind of like breaking away and waking up and seeing that actually, because at the end of the day, like when I was ever since I was a child, like I used to play football as a child, I used to love watching football. I was always kind of like one of the few, I wouldn't say I was the only female, there was always me and like maybe one or two others who were like interested in football, and like we'd always kind of like try and like get into these discussions with like these guys, and they'd always like shut us down and be like disgustingly sexist towards us, that we don't know anything, we don't know what we're talking about, girls, etc., etc. Shut up, and then, you know, just like the usual, the typical and stuff. So I've been dealing with this stuff like actually like in real life, and like personally when I've had like conversations with guys about football games and stuff, where like they've actually just kind of like come at me and attacked me and stuff and told me like I don't know what I'm doing, don't know what I'm saying, for years. So it doesn't feel like it's not anything to me now. Like it's almost kind of like laughable, because I'm just kind of like, okay, well, okay. Your opinion is your opinion. Like I'm not going to sit here and say what I'm saying like without, you know, backing up facts. If I think somebody's a good player, I'm going to list my reasons why. If I'm giving an analysis of the game of a game, I'm going to be truthful and honest about who played well, who didn't play well. Cool. If I want my manager to leave because he's doing shit, I'm going to say I want him to leave because he's a shit manager. Do you know what I mean? I don't care what sentimental value. Like I respect whatever you've given to my club as a player, but at the end of the day, like I'm a logical fan. I've watched football for years and years, and I've been invested in the game. And obviously even before the COVID hit as well, like when I could and stuff, I'd go and like watch games in Stamford Bridge and stuff like that. Because like I am a fan, like I'm a football fan. I love the game. I've always been passionate about it like my whole life. That's something that's like never consistently like changed and stuff. So I've learned how to kind of like deal with this abuse and stuff. And it's like, it's almost kind of like, given everything else I've kind of been through in my life, it's almost kind of like laughable in a way. I'm just kind of like, hey, you're gonna have like be abusive, say what you're going to say, tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to keep on giving my opinion. Like it's not going to stop. So, and it is what it is. If you don't like it, you don't have to listen to it.
It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And the thing is, credit to you, mad respect. At the end of the day, the way I see it, like I said, these people are watching you. So you can say what you want to say. If they're trying to cast you down, it's like, all right, cool, man. But you're watching me. You're still watching me. You're still trying to listen to what I've got to say in order for you to just bash me down. Who's winning? I'm winning. So big up you for just representing and doing your thing. Carry on. Don't change. Because I hear you. I hear your opinions. Very vocal. Very raw. 100. Keeps it real. So don't even change.
Ask Prime. I got a little bit vocal with him on the stream earlier. Because I was like avidly defending Kante, people were trying to tell me he's not world class, and I was just like, the passion, just the fire, just like lit. I was just like, how dare you about Kante not world class? The man is a World Cup winner. He's a 2-time Premier League winner, back to back with 2 different Premier League teams. You bossed that position for all of those teams and his country. So you're trying to tell me the guy isn't world class? Get out of here.
Boy, you lambs, the passion just takes over. People, listen, don't cross lambs like that. Don't cross lambs, you man. Just be easy with it. Do you get me? But lambs, before we round up, I want to know since you got a new manager, what's the expectations for Chelsea this season?
I'm really optimistic about. Okay, I'm not saying we're gonna beat Atletico Madrid. Like, that's gonna be a tough. Don't
ask Kendall. Big up Kendall. Ask Kendall about Atletico right now.
Listen, I know Kendall. Listen, I know, and the thing is, ever since we drew them, I've kind of been watching highlights of their games and stuff, because I kind of want to see what we're up against. And under Lampard, I was just like, we're finished.
I'm Lampard. Different gravy.
We are done for. Now I'm a bit more optimistic about our chances. I feel like Tuchel is so tactically intelligent. He's going to know the correct way to utilize the squad of players to get the best, to set up in the best way to have the best chance of getting a result against this extremely organized Atletico Madrid side, who are just absolutely bossing it at the moment. I'm not going to lie.
Over 2 legs. They're killing it. They're killing it. But over 2 legs, will you get through?
Yeah. Yeah, I have to back my team. I have to back my
Your
team.
team with chest
I have to back
is
my
what it
team.
is.
And the thing is, like even when I'm listening to him, like since he's come in, like the pre-match interviews, the press conference, the post-match interviews, the positivity that's coming through, like the energy, like you can see even the players are playing with more freedom. They look a bit happier. We're sitting here complimenting, oh, Havertz stepped up today. Yeah, he's not reached his best yet. Okay. Timo's like warming up a little bit. Yeah, I think he kind of had a couple opportunities to score, but it's going to happen. I can feel it happening. It is going to happen. He's recalling some players into the squad. Like he's getting the best out of Mason Mount again, which is good. Like good man management. He's rotating the squad well. He's using the squad well. With bringing Reece James on, like dropping Chilwell after he didn't really have a good game against Wolves. Like he's really smart. Like he knows how to manage these group of players. Whereas Frank Lampard have an experience managing a squad of this like high level of quality and keeping players happy as well. So I do expect a trophy, and I still think we're going to make top four, especially because it's so close. Like if you think about it, we're 5 points off top four.
Something
Yeah,
like that, yeah.
4 points. We're 4 points off top four. We're 4 points off.
It's still possible.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just, and with the results that have been coming lately, I don't think it's. So I feel like the sacking came at the right. If for me, I would have.
Right time. Yeah.
It came at the right time, like where we have just over half a season or just under half a season now to rescue that Champions League place.
Yeah,
Basically,
100.
we should be like at least competing for these Champions League places. Obviously, the title is gotten away from us with those abysmal performances, but there's still a chance to get into that top four place. Possible, we're still in the FA Cup, so that's a possibility. And whilst we'll see how the Atletico Madrid. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say we're going to beat them because they are excellent, but I feel like we have a chance. If we beat them, then we'll see. We'll start thinking about possibilities of the Champions League too.
Lamb's very, very optimistic. It is what it is. I
Extremely.
salute you.
I'm feeling his energy.
She said, I'm feeling his energy.
Attacking, intensity, press, togetherness, bravery. I'm like, yes, Thomas, tell him.
She said, yes, Thomas. Let the man them know. Cool, fair enough. I gotta salute you on that, man. It is like I respect you, man. You backed your team. It is what it is. Last one. Who's been in the league?
Oh, it's probably
what? Already that in itself. Huh?
It's probably gonna be City.
You know what? The way you huffed them, the way you said, I feel like there's a part in you that even though you feel it's City, you feel it might be another side. I'm not.
Yeah.
Just
because of how crazy this season is, like you just don't know. Like who would have ever have seen, Liverpool title winning Liverpool by 18 points clear or some nonsense like that, lose 7-2 to Aston Villa, who almost got relegated.
We got packed in 6-1 by Spurs.
And exactly, who would have seen that coming? Nobody would have seen that coming. Like it's just mad. Who would have seen us conceding 3 goals to newly promoted West Brom in the first half? Like it's
crazy.
Who would have seen Everton get off to the start that they got off to? Like it's mad. Who would have seen Leicester get off to the start that they got off to? It's just crazy. Oh my goodness! Did you see that goal from Bamford?
Please say, but I'm behind. I've got the iPad here. I'm behind, and I need to see. Is it crazy?
Oh my goodness! I'm gonna wait for you to see it.
This is mad. This is live in the flesh. Let me see this. Oh, it's coming. It's probably coming. Okay.
Oh.
Why am I so behind? Okay.
Wait, hold on. What minute you on?
69. Hold on.
Okay, it's coming.
Ooh, Bamford. What are you telling me, G? Yo, Bamford. That is a banging goal. Look, that is to end on Beaks Corner. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
And this is
Is he on side?
literally
Yeah, he is. He
Beats,
is on
this is
side.
literally back to what we were saying about these unexpected results. Like Leicester, who are doing as well as they're doing, like third in the league, Leicester. Look at this. Look
League.
at this.
This is crazy, guys. This
The
season is
downfall begins.
unpredictable. This season's unpredictable. Anything can happen.
You
You
still
think,
have a chance, Beaks. You still have a chance. You're
look,
still in the conversation.
I am going to be very optimistic. I'm going to be saying that it's possible, but
Do you
will we
know what?
win
I
it?
hope
I don't know.
this title race, like,
I think it's
continues
going down to the wire.
till the
I think
last day.
I think it's going down to the last day. We ain't had that since. When was the last time we had that? I think the last time we had that was
United
City United.
City.
Yeah, and
City.
please don't even because I remember that.
Sorry, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to.
Yeah. Do you know what, Lambs?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I just get flashbacks all the time. Guys, listen, thank you for Lambs, unbelievable.
Sorry. I'm so
Thank you
sorry.
for tuning in. Lambs, let them know where they can find you. Oh my god, that hurt.
Yeah, so you can find me on my socials. I'm on Instagram, so my handle's over there. You can also find me on the Midnight Vibe Show, the Football Terrace. I'm on the Chelsea Ladies Show on JNA TV on Fridays. I also do a show of bits and bobs on Fridays called What Now? And you can catch me here and there on Monsters live streams when we're watching Chelsea. Um, and yes, and sometimes on KH No Filter Football. So I'm like everywhere basically.
Look,
So
Lambs is grinding, hard worker and that. Shout out to Lambs, them ones there. So don't sleep on her. She's everywhere. She's everywhere, man. Literally on everyone's, not everyone's stream, but she's working hard. You know what I'm saying? Big up Bits and Bobs as well. He's the new host of the United Show as well. Yo, Bobs.
into that
Obviously,
tonight.
that is
That's tonight.
mad. Bobs, we're gonna be talking tonight. Do you get me? But yeah, listen, you know how it goes down. Make sure you follow me on the socials. Bottom screen, you can see it rolling, scrolling across. It is what it is. But yeah, I am now going to do a bit of therapy because Lambs has reminded me of the Aguero goal, and I thought I forgot about stuck up. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Probably gonna do a bit of shopping. Actually, to be fair, I actually have to go out and do a bit of shopping quick and then come back. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm sure I'll forget about it. Thank you, Lambs. But yeah, listen, it's your boy Beeks. Shout out to everyone that tuned in. I didn't do that properly. I'll do it in a minute. Thank you for everyone that tuned in. Yes, I'll be replying to some people's DMs where a lot of people been DMing. I think there's some people have DM'd you as well, Lambs. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. But yeah, it's your boy Beeks, and we are signing out. Peace.